Every Pokemon card has a small name printed at the bottom, but most people nowadays never actually look at it. And that name belongs to the illustrator. Behind every single Pokemon card is an illustrator who brought that Pokemon to life. So today, we're starting a new series called Meet the Illustrator, where we spotlight the artists behind the Pokemon TCG. And there is absolutely no better place to start than the man who helped define what Pokemon looks like. Ken Sugimori. Ken Sugimori is one of the most important artists in the franchise. He began designing for Pokemon in 1996, where he helped create the original 151 Pokemon alongside a team that included Atsuko Nishida, Motofumi Fujiwara, Shigeki Morimoto, and Satoshi Oda. But Sugimori's history with Pokemon actually goes back even further than that. Sugimori met Pokemon creator Satoshi Tajiri in early 1981. After meeting Tajiri, Sugimori began illustrating for him, and eventually the two went on to co-found Game Freak together. Game Freak later became the studio responsible for developing the Pokemon video games. So, before Pokemon cards existed, before the anime, and before Pokemon became the largest media franchise in the world, Ken Sugimori was already shaping the visual identity of the entire Pokemon universe. Sugimori's art style is very recognizable once you understand what to look for. His early Pokemon artwork used watercolor techniques with limited, sometimes muted watercolor washes. The line work was hand-drawn and intentionally imperfect, giving the artwork a sketchy and organic feel rather than a perfectly clean digital look. This approach made the Pokemon feel more alive and expressive, almost like pages from a hand-drawn sketchbook. However, Sugimori's style evolved over time. During Generation 1 and Generation 2, the artwork maintained that softer watercolor look. But by Gen 3, the artwork became more defined, more vibrant, and cleaner while still maintaining the same artistic foundation. Even with these changes, Sugimori's style remained one of the defining visual elements of Pokemon. Even though Sugimori is most famous for designing Pokemon and illustrating official artwork for the games, he has also illustrated over 900 Pokemon cards throughout the history of the Pokemon TCG. Some notable examples include Shining Tyranitar. This card comes from the Neo Destiny set and represents one of the earliest Shining Pokemon. Shining cards were extremely rare during the Neo era, and Shining Tyranitar became one of the most memorable Tyranitar cards ever printed. Another example is Dark Charizard. From the Team Rocket set, Dark Charizard stands out as one of the most recognizable alternate versions of Charizard. While Charizard has many iconic cards, this darker interpretation remains a collector favorite. Next up is Sabrina's Gengar. Found in the Gym Heroes set, this card is a classic example of Sugimori's artwork appearing in the Pokemon TCG. Interestingly, Gengar also happens to be Sugimori's favorite Pokemon from the Kanto region. And last but certainly not least, Red's Pikachu. This card connects directly to the Pokemon games and Sugimori's role in designing the original characters of the franchise, including the player character Red. And there are several interesting facts about Ken Sugimori that many collectors may not know. Sugimori has worked on Pokemon manga illustrations and has contributed to the Pokemon games in multiple roles beyond just character design. He also has favorite Pokemon from several different generations. From the Kanto region, his favorite Pokemon, as we mentioned before, is Gengar. From the Johto region, his favorite Pokemon is Hoot Hoot. From the Unova region, his favorite Pokemon is Zekrom, and his favorite Unova starter is Oshawott. And from the Mega Evolution era, he has stated that his favorite Mega Evolution is Mega Kangaskhan. Sugimori has also confirmed in interviews that he considers Mewtwo to be the most powerful Pokemon that exists. Every Pokemon card has the illustrator name printed right at the bottom. It's a small detail many people overlook, but that line serves to give credit to the artist who created that artwork. For many of the early Pokemon cards, the illustrator credit reads Ken Sugimori. Next time you pick up a Pokemon card, take a second to look at the illustrator before the Pokemon itself. When most people talk about Pokemon cards, the conversation usually focuses on rarity or market prices. But the reality is that the reason why Pokemon look the way they do is because of artists like Ken Sugimori. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something today. If you enjoyed this type of content, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I promise we will be dishing out much more. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Community link is going to be in the description as always. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!